and all the polls indicated that she would win by a large margin over her Democratic opponent, the announcer said. Zoie still held the phone as she watched in stunned silence. "Are you hearing this?" Mark said, snapping her to attention. "Yes, I'm watching." "So much for your series. Not much point now." "I suppose not," she said absently. "And what was that crap fluff piece that you sent me on Gram?" Zoie drew her knees to her chest. "A change of heart. All that other shit isn't as important as I thought it was." "I see." He pushed out a breath. "When are you coming back to work?" "That's another thing, Mark. I don't know when I'll be coming back." Chapter 1. "Have you lost your mind, Kimberly?" The fury in Rowan's words stuck her harder than a shove. He paced the off-white carpeted bedroom, running his hand across his face as if he could wipe away the absurdity of what he'd heard. He whirled toward her, the ocean blue of his eyes turned dark and ominous. "You need to tell me what the hell is going on." Kimberly drew in a breath, tucked her strawberry blonde hair behind her diamond-studded ears. "I should have told you first before I made the announcement." "You think?" he snapped. Kimberly inwardly flinched. "I've been struggling with this decision for weeks." Rowan started to speak. "Please, let me finish." She closed her eyes for a moment. "Running for office, having a higher calling, it all sounds so wonderful, altruistic." She forced a half smile. "But it's not what I want. The life of a politician? What that kind of life that would mean for the girls." She crossed the room and stood right in front of him. She clasped his shoulders. "Our lives would be turned upside down," she pleaded. Rowan's sleek brows drew together, cinching his eyes into stormy slits. "Kim, we talked about this for nearly a year before you announced that you were running for state senate." He pulled away from her and threaded his fingers through his sandy brown hair. "What about the staff, the lease on the campaign office, the donors? I put my fucking name on the line to get them to dig in their pockets." He jabbed his finger in her direction. "For you! What do you plan to tell them? What am I supposed to tell them?" He shook his head and resumed pacing. The knot in Kimberly's throat grew. "I'll find a way to handle it. I will." Rowan peered at her as if seeing her through a veil of fog. "Oh, you will? Like how you handled it by sending out a fucking press release instead of talking to me? That's what you mean by you'll handle it?" He snorted a laugh of disgust, then blew out a breath. He snatched up his jacket from the chaise where he tossed it. "I'm going out." The bedroom door slammed shut, vibrating through her veins. Her heart thudded. She dropped down to the side of the king-size bed and lowered her face into her hands. Tears squeezed out from between her fingers. She sucked in air. In all the years of marriage, she'd never seen Rowan that angry. He had every right. She should have talked to him first, but she knew that she couldn't. He would have used every logical and emotional tool in his toolbox to get her to stay in the race. Worse, he may have gotten her to admit the real truth, and she was not ready for that. Not yet. Maybe never. Which is why she had no choice except to pull out. Slowly, she pushed herself to her feet, crossed the room, and stood in front of her dressing table mirror. Same soft pale skin that tanned perfectly in the sun, thick hair that tumbled in